Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to show you guys some lineups that I have found on my own on the Breeze map. So I'm not going to lie, I do use a lot of AverageJonases, but I also want to go ahead and share with you some that I have found myself. So this is one that I didn't find right here. Someone else made it. So you would stand in this spot and you would do a 2-bar. It would land right there, but thanks to all the jet mains, they could dash themselves into that corner and just jump all the way up here when they had their ult, and they would just kill people with their daggers right here. So what the devs did is they patched it to where when you walk up this right here, you kind of like walk up like in some kind of invisible hill. All right, so that kind of fucks with all the Sova mains. So I found two, one from standing on this little button, and the second one is right here. So what you do is you come up to this little button and you want to crouch. All right, so you want to crouch before doing the lineup. So what you're going to use as a reference point is this wall right here. You're going to keep drawing a line down all the way down to here. So you're going to put your right drone wheel right here in this spot, as if the line that you're drawing down is slicing the right drone wheel in half. So you see where I have the drone wheel? All right, you want to stay crouched the whole time, because if you don't crouch and then you put the drone wheel there, you're aiming at something else. So you want to crouch, and after you have the drone wheel, it'll pull your arrow out and do a 2-bar. That one lands right there. Sees all of this. It doesn't reveal the right side, so what you want to do is you want to come up here,
right here,
and then you want to drone this side right here. The second variation comes from, you see the gutters right here, count 1, 2, 3, and then you go down to this watermark, and then below the watermark you have this white little line right here. You walk up to the white line, and you're using the same drone wheel. You're just gonna put it on this cannon right here, just like that. Same charge. Let me show you again. So it's a 2-bar. Lands right there. So if you stand in this spot right here, you can shoot a recon dart, which will land back here and reveal most of backside. So what you want to do is you're going to use this shingle as a reference point. So it's the shingle just to the left of this little crack right here. All right, so what you do with that shingle is you put it between your right drone wheel and the body of the drone. See how I have the shingle, that one, in between the right drone wheel and the body of the drone itself? What you do there is the same charge as the last two. It's a 2-bar. Lands perfectly right there and reveals all the backside. I don't remember who found this one. This one wasn't found by me. But if you stand in this corner, you do the crosshair on this leaf right here, and then you do the same charge, a 2-bar. The person that's holding mid's gonna have to turn around to shoot it. So what I like to do instead, what I wanted to show you, is I use a shock dart. I do the exact same thing, so that the guy that's holding mid will take damage. So AverageJonas has already gone over a lineup for the shock darts that land right there, but a lot of people plant right here too. So I'm gonna go ahead and share with you a shock dart that I found, which will land in that spot. So what you do is you come up to this corner right here, right? You wanna walk into it, and depending on, you press W key, you'll slowly see yourself still moving. If you keep holding it down, you want to keep going, please stop. Right there, see, so I stopped. So for the first shock dart, we're going to be using this line right here as a reference point. All right, so we're going to put the left drone reel, not the right one. All right, so we're going to put it right there as if that line would be slicing it in half. You're going to do a 2-bar. This one's going to fly over here and it's going to land right there. All right, so we go back. All right, so after that one, you then pull down until the diamonds align with this sheet of metal right here, just like this. And then you want to do a 1-bar while jumping. You want to jump on that one. It'll land in the same spot. So both the shock darts together will look like this. Boom. So what you want to do in these post-plant shock dart situations, these ones require a 2-bar, right? So in this situation, what you want to do is you want to pay attention to your mini-map, right? And just watch your teammates. Just watch what your teammates are doing on the mini-map. Also be careful right here so people will flank, as well as right here. So if your teammates die, you know, depending on the situation, you know, use your game sense. You want to predict these defuses. All right, so like right here, if you have a teammate that's watching from this spot and the spike is right here, then you're pretty much good. But if you have a teammate right there, and that's your last teammate, if that person dies, you want to go ahead and just do it. Taps the spike right now. Boom. So what you want to do after that is you want to run up, and if they have it smoked off, just throw not a shock dart, a recon arrow right there, and just, you know, make sure that someone else isn't running up. So this one's a little bit harder to explain, right? What you want to do is you want to have your crosshair, like, draw a line down and just aim in the middle of this thing right here where this line goes down. And I like to keep my knife out when I do this, because what you're looking for is the line right here next to this dark spot right there. So if I aim right there, you want to put it to where if you're aiming just to the left of this opening in the middle of this little rectangle. So if I'm aiming right there, you want this line to be lined up with that dark spot. And then what you do is you do a full charge while jumping, and then it goes all the way back there. Feel free, if you guys know like an easier way to do these lineups, just let me know in the comments. So we've all seen AverageJonas do the shock dart where he stands right here in this spot. I haven't exactly seen how he does it, so I kind of figured out how to do it myself. So what I do, just bear with me. I can't really zoom in with the op on this one because you're using these white marks on this rectangle right here. Look what happens when I zoom in, they kind of go away. So I can't really show you. So look where my crosshair is. You see that pocket like right above my crosshair, like right here? What we're gonna do is we're gonna put the left diamond, the top part of the left diamond right there. All right, in that spot. And you do a full charge with 1 bounce. That one lands right there, right next to default plan on B. So another thing I want to show you guys with this same lineup, first off, I'm using recons, just pretend they're shock darts, all right? So whenever we fire it, look where it goes. It goes literally right between these two little things right here. It's like perfect. So after that, first one, you're gonna run in here and stand in this corner. And you're not going to aim too far to the right to where you would be hitting this darker pillar right here. So pay attention. There's this dark pillar, there's the brighter pillar. This one's closer to you than this one. So what you want to do is you want to aim for this right here. So if you were to do it without an op, you would look for this square right there, the bit of it that's not covered up by the leaf. You're actually aiming for the leaf, right? So you're aiming as far to the right as you can without hitting this. So let me go ahead and just aim for the orange part of the leaf right there. That one lands right there, right on default. All right, so now I'm gonna show you what they look like together. Pretty good. So one that I have right here for the cave, you're gonna stand at the bottom of the stairs, but you're not exactly using the stairs to line up. You want this corner of this little, I don't know what you call it, this little beam to touch this pyramid right here, just like that. So you can do this without an op. What you're doing is you see this beam right here, using this one. All right, you're just gonna go straight up until you're touching the light. So where this beam meets the light right here, you just do a full charge one bounce. And this one will land right here, pretty much revealing all of this and into cave. Okay, so the only way that the recon will not scan them if they go up ropes is if they're already like all the way up the rope and like past this point right here. So it'll still scan them if they're like right here, but it literally will stop scanning them past like this point. So the only spot that it definitely does not reveal at all is if they push up into here. Is the only unfortunate thing. However, if you want, you can just, this is obvious, you just full charge the cave. And then it'll reveal people right here, and if they push out right here, it'll see them. So one shock dart that I found from right here is you're actually going to use the right click diamond. You're going to put it right here on this thing right here. I don't even know what it's called. So look what I put. Look at exactly what I put right there. All right, you see it? Yeah, a little right click bounce icon. You do a 2-bar. And it lands right there at the entrance of the cave. So this one requires a reposition for the second one. What you do is you just run up until this right here goes into this like a perfect puzzle piece, right? So it just goes in there perfectly. Then you want to take out your shock dart, and then you see this line right here. Literally just aim where this line meets this and do a 1-bar. Now, literally for this one, take your time when you're running up. You have time, because if you do it too fast, I mean, it's not really a problem if you do it too fast. The second shock dart will actually land there faster than the first arrow if you do it too quickly, which is still okay, but I'm just letting you know you have time. So 1, and then 2. Boom. So here's a recon arrow that was found by AverageJonas, and the reason why I'm going over it is because I use it with the shock dart that I just showed you. All right, so you look at these 2 leaves right here, right? And then you pull out your arrow. There's the little box above the arrow icon, like on your knuckle. You put the corner of that little box right there on these 2 leaves. See that? As soon as the round starts, do your 2-bar, and then you run over here. First, let me show you where that arrow lands. Lands right there in cave. All right. So immediately when you shoot the arrow, you run right here into that spot and you do the shock dart I just showed you. If that arrow reveals anybody, if it reveals anyone, go ahead and just boom, run up and boom. See, I even took my time and they still landed there in the same spot. So from mid, you can you see this line right here on this box, you're just going to use the tip of it. You put the bottom of the charge bar on that line, and then you see where like this part right here kind of meets up with the leaves. You just want to aim above that with your bottom of your charge bar on this thing right here on that part of the box. You do a double bounce full charge. See, that lands right here. If you make it bounce off of this wall, then people who have already pushed up here, it's not going to reveal them, versus if it bounces off the wall and lands here, it's still going to reveal them, as well as people right here and people up here. So I do the exact same thing, but with only one bounce and with a shock dart. A shock dart lands right there on the wall, and it does damage to pretty much everyone that pushes up here. So like you can do shock dart damage to multiple people at once. One last recon arrow I use is if I'm holding off hallway, I'll look at this beam right here and then just aim above it on this little, I don't even know what this is called, this little cover, and just full charge it. So that'll reveal pretty much all of out here, and then people who are pushing into cave about maybe this far if they haven't gotten that far yet. As well as chop shop. That would call, yeah, chop shop. Well, I think that's gonna do it. That's pretty much everything I found on my own. This video, be sure to like and subscribe, and if my lineups do you any good, be sure to send me the clips on Twitter, and there will be more lineups in the future.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my gosh, Sova!
Oh.
One enemy remaining.